back to my channel. My name's Poppy and I do makeup videos and things like that here on YouTube. So today I'm going to be talking to you about how I pretty much went from having literally like no eyebrows to now actually having eyebrows. Pretty much when I met Shell, so about like 5 years ago, I had gotten into the habit of pretty much plucking like all under here, all here, and like way, like I didn't even have any hair there. It was pretty much my brow started from like here. So yeah, it was like your typical sperm brow look, and I'm going to put a picture in here. So that's pretty gross. Like looking back now, I'm like, wow, my brows looked gross. And over time, once I finally learnt to stop plucking at them and actually left them alone, they grew, funnily enough. And I'm finally able to have nice eyebrows like I do now. I'm pretty proud with how far they've come. Like, I've just kind of quickly filled them in so they look a bit better on camera, and this one looks better than that one. And yeah, I've found products that work for me. I've stopped touching them. I used a couple of different brow serums, but like they get a bit pricey, so then I went to using castor oil. So I used that on my eyebrows for a few months at a time, just pretty much using a spoolie like this one here. And you can get castor oil from like your chemist, so you just dip it in, get rid of the excess, and you just brush it through your brows before you go to bed, is when I found it easiest to remember. So I just brush it through like this and then go to sleep, and then I'd wake up, and then when I wash my face I'd just wash it off and then do the same every night. And I didn't touch them. Like, it does take a lot of self-control not to pluck all the hairs, you know, where they're growing and thinking that they look gross, but trust me, the wait is definitely worth it. I've also gone through having different, like the blocky brows, having the really thin ones, having way too thick brows as well, and pretty much on a day-to-day basis I don't put anything on them, but if I'm doing my videos or going out, I'll put a little bit of pomade through them usually, or a brow liner. Now I do tint them, and I do have a video on this channel of how I tint them at home, because I really can't be bothered paying for my brows to get done every like 6 weeks or so, so I do them at home as well. I haven't done them in a while. They're a little bit unruly, if you can kind of tell. I'll lean forward, but also I might zoom in a bit too. So they're pretty much like fluffy caterpillars, and I did actually cover the gross little spot there because it's pretty like scabby and disgusting. But yeah, I tend to use like Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade or the Revolution one if I am using it, or I'll just use like a really thin micro brow pencil. I did have the Anastasia Beverly Hills one as well, but I don't know where that is. It'll turn up somewhere sometime. But yeah, so basically my kind of tips for growing your eyebrows is, one, to leave them alone. It's like with my hair, I finally learned if I want it to grow, I just need to leave it alone. Like, I was kind of getting regular trims, and then sorry, I would touch it at home and put things in it, and then it would just keep breaking. So I've learnt to kind of, same with my eyebrows, is just leave it alone, let it grow, and it will do its thing. So my mono might need done as well. I don't really want to keep showing you that gross scab anyway. Yeah, so they do need done, but if you want them to grow, leave them alone. That is my main tip for that. But castor oil was definitely a lifesaver. Like, my brows were like non-existent, as I said, when Shell and I first got together, and I was going through some horrible like brow stages where I'd fill them in really awfully with like pomade still, but just really heavy, or I'd like use the brow liners and just full on just fill that in like really badly. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I've gone through the awkward brow stages. and I'm very, very lucky that they've actually grown back, because a lot of people that pluck them for a while, it just stops growing. It just doesn't grow back and you have no eyebrows. And as much as I love the look of microbladed brows, I just feel like the styles will keep changing, and I know that they're kind of semi-permanent, so you can get them tattooed to kind of go with the trends, but I'd rather just keep doing them, like, for, as I said, for work I don't bother, but for going out I'll just fill them in a bit. I feel like I maybe should start filling them in a little bit, but I'd rather sleep in the morning, to be honest, before work, and that's really lazy of me. Wow, my teeth really need whitening. Like, just looking at them as well, I've got a mirror here. They
need whitening, actually.
So, what I might do, obviously this video is all about brows, but I might do teeth whitening for my next one and show you how I whiten my teeth at home. So basically, I'm not one of these people that goes and gets all this stuff done. I'd just rather do it at home, especially when it's cold too. Like, I'm in my dressing gown again for a video because it is just too cold. So yeah, here I am, just talking to you guys in my dressing gown. But yeah, so we're in 2019 now, so Shell and I met in 2014, and yeah, my brows were really, really ugly, and yeah, I just couldn't stop plucking them. My mum kept telling me, and then Shell kept telling me, and I just didn't listen, and I kept plucking and plucking, and then just, I think 2015, yeah, it's maybe like a year after meeting Shell, I just finally decided to listen, and I just started leaving them alone. So I started using the castor oil in 2015, and then yeah, they've pretty much been good for maybe a year or so now. I just couldn't be bothered. It was just, yeah, I just had the urge to pluck. Like, whenever a hair grows, I was like wanting to pluck it out, and I just really had to misplace the tweezers pretty much and not touch them and not touch my eyebrows. That is the number one tip, is don't touch them. And I've said this like 3 times already. Don't touch them. Use castor oil, and then you can have nice brows. But yeah, trust me, like, if you keep plucking and plucking, like, sometimes people's eyebrows don't grow back, and you don't get as lucky as like some people and me. Like, they're obviously not that well filled in at the moment. It's me doing a brow video and they don't look much better, but yeah, they do need touched up. I'm not gonna lie, like, they're not perfect right now, but the good thing is when they're too long, then you can style them, but when you've got nothing there, then you have to fill the whole thing in, and usually they're uneven and gross and ugly, just like mine were. So don't do what I did. Follow my advice. Do as I say, not as I did. And yeah, you should have nice fluffy brows just like me. So I will do an updated brow tutorial video, but that won't be today. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks guys, bye!